Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Scott with 3 Guns Down, and it's review day today. Alright, so first up we have Alien Colonial Marines, and I don't want to talk about this game, but I got to. Don't buy it, straight out of the box. Don't buy it. It's awful. This is on the Xbox 360. These textures look like they're from the mid-2000s. This game was in development for 6 years, 5 or 6 years anyway, and it turns out Gearbox didn't actually do the developing, or that's the rumor. One of the three of the Gearbox employees people that said they were Gearbox employees anonymously posted on Reddit and said that they had sent the single-player campaign development over to Timegate Studios, who has a very bad track record and just made it worse. Gearbox stuck their name on it, they got it back, they weren't happy with it, but they were 3 months from going gold. They couldn't delay it for another 2 years to redesign the game. So this is what we get. It's an absolute far cry from the things you saw at E3, the trailers, the demos, none of that is in the game at all. The aliens were smart in the demos, they're stupid. They run straight at you. They don't use corners, they don't use anything. The other issue I found that I had is when you pick up a weapon, you keep it throughout the entire campaign. You don't get checkpoints where you can switch weapons in and out. So I have had a shotgun through the entire campaign, which is like, really? You were that stupid? You made that big of a mistake? This is like I could have made this. I'm making high-resolution textures in my CAD class that do look better than this game. It is purely single-player, multiplayer on every level. This game is awful. It has a couple of cool moments, and by a couple, I mean like literally 3 or 4, and that's it. Other than that, it's a huge disappointment. I really wanted this game to be good, and it's just not. It's a far cry from it's awful. And the storyline doesn't make any sense either, really. There are huge plot holes and gaps and everything, because this is supposed to be canon directly based off the movies. And you know, I just don't trust Gearbox anymore after this. They just feel like a bunch of liars to me. It's bad. Alien Colonial Marines from me is gonna get a 4 out of 10, and that's only because the multiplayer saves it just a little bit. If it wasn't for that saving grace multiplayer, you're looking at like a 2, or maybe a 1, maybe. So yeah, ignore this game. Next up on the list, though, we do have a game I enjoyed quite a lot, Crysis 3. This game is stupendous. Now, the campaign does kind of let go a little bit at the end, and it just isn't as good as it could have been at the end, but like the first 5 of the 7 levels in the campaign are amazing. Amazing level design, things like this, as out in the fields, and these stalkers run through the grass, and you catch glimpses of them, just enough to give you an idea where they're at, but then they shoot across somewhere else on the screen, and you can't find them anymore. And you waste so much ammo, you run out. I do run out of ammo here at one point and switch to a pistol. And things like this are throughout like the first 5 levels. It does let go a little bit towards the end. And they could have done just a little bit better of a job with the ending of the campaign. That's you know. And you see me freaking out here. You couldn't see where they were at. They just jump out and then they dart off like that, and you lose track of them. That was such a cool part in the campaign, and there are other parts that are just as cool, like a lot of wow moments. The game's gorgeous. The weapons, there are a lot of returning weapons from Crysis 2, which is of course to be expected, and a few new ones here and there. But overall, really solid. The campaign is really enjoyable. If you're a fan of Crysis, you won't be disappointed at all. It's Crysis, but way better than 2 in my opinion. The campaign does drop off a little bit though, like I said. This is the customization menu and like the skills and perks menu for your suit you can get in the campaign now, which is a nice added touch. And then they have this new weapon system that you can access while in-game in multiplayer, as you see here. You hold the back button if you're in campaign, or you just press it, and you can do this in multiplayer as well. Which is, I was like, yes, you know, it's like those features you have in campaign that you always want them to add to a multiplayer, and they don't ever do it. Kills me when developers don't do that, because it's like, oh, that could have been implemented into the multiplayer, and it would have been so cool. And in this case, they've done some of those things, so it's really nice to see that. The multiplayer is really solid. I may actually start streaming some multiplayer, or doing just some multiplayer mixed in with, what I regularly play and when I talk, just to see what you guys think about it. So if you'd like to see some more Crysis multiplayer, let me know down below. Don't even ask for Alien Colonial Marines. I'll shoot you in the foot. I had to force myself to play that game for like 5-6 hours. It was an awful gaming experience. It was the worst I've ever had. But Crysis 3, yeah, really solid. If you're a Crysis fan, you won't be disappointed. It gets a very solid 8 out of 10. If the campaign had held me on a little bit stronger at the end, probably would have been a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 10 out of 10. And moving right along to the best of, saving the best for the last, Halo 4's Majestic DLC. I just got it today. It's Monday. And attention to detail, let me tell you. The backdrop scenes for all these maps, which you're seeing now, is simply amazing. They paid attention to the little things, and you really appreciate that as a gamer. And they're in order: Landfall, Monolith, and Skyline. This is Landfall. It's a harbor, and these maps were designed for close quarters combat, which I really like. This really shows what 343 Industries can do when they try. Crimson map pack wasn't so good. These are a lot of fun. They have a lot of different dynamic levels, a lot of little places to hide, a lot of little crevices, a lot of cover inside the buildings, a lot of angles, a lot of corners, a lot of really fun, hectic, fast-paced, close quarters combat, which is what Halo is and always has been. Halo 4 kind of got distracted a little bit from the game and had, a lot of really long combat, close quarters, hardcore, crazy combats where Halo's always been its funnest at, and this really improves on that. This is Monolith. I think this is the most creative design they have. And again, they're paying attention to the pro gamer market again by having the sides already labeled red and blue. So it's the little thought details like that go in. Really my favorite map in terms of design. Again, this has a lot of little crevices. You can just crawl up and around and everywhere and hide, and you can take a lot of people by surprise. A lot of dynamic levels. Again, a really gorgeous backdrop. And they have the grav lifts in the middle. I'm not really sure. Like, I can see them being there for like halfway of a purpose, but they're also like a big trap, because I've 5-shot people while they're in the air and they can't do anything, like, full shields killed them before they land. So it's a little bit of a trap, but it is good to, like, jump from one side of the map to the other really quick. The last one, and this is my second favorite, is Skyline. Again, gorgeous backdrop. The little details, they matter so much. And yeah, just nice. A lot of dynamic levels, a lot of little things to run around and everything like that. This, though, I wanted to talk about this. Couple of people think they see a code, or they're seeing a code, or that there could be a code in all these numbers. And as you see here, these numbers show up in 3 different places. And so I can't pick anything up from it. I've wrote them down and I've looked at them. If you guys think you can pick anything up from it, or if you see any patterns or anything like that, maybe a secret message that forelays to like future DLC, or maybe even like future Spartan Ops episodes, or maybe even Halo 5. Probably not Halo 5. But yeah, if you think you got any ideas about it or anything like that, or if you've seen anybody in the forums that has, link it down in the comments below or let us know. It's interesting. The Halo 4 Majestic Map Pack DLC gets a very solid 9 out of 10 from me. It's the Halo DLC like it should be. A lot of close quarter maps, a lot of fun with this Majestic Map DLC. I don't so much recommend the Crimson Map Pack unless you're an absolute Halo fan, if you don't have the War Games Pass, which I do. But if you play Halo, like, 3 or 4 times a week, I do recommend the Majestic Map Pack. It is a lot of fun, and it's a lot of close quarters combat. You're going to get rid of a lot of, it takes a lot of the anger issues out. I've had so much fun playing on those maps, and I am one that kind of rages at, like, I'm just walking along, getting shot in the back of the head. With this, if you get shot at once, I dart around corners, come back the other side, confuse, like, all my opponents, and just shot the, it's just so much fun. You gotta try it. So, yeah. Recap, Alien Colonial Marines. The developers seem to have made that game by standing in a line and taking turns shitting on a disc. Crysis 3, good, better than Crysis 2, could have done just a little bit better. They almost had all the elements to make that game maybe a shooter of the year contender for 2013, maybe. Still got Bioshock Infinite, that's going to be good. But yeah, solid 8 out of 10. And then the Halo 4 Majestic map pack. Definitely recommend buying this map pack if you play Halo on a normal basis. 9 out of 10. Really good content here this week, guys. Don't forget, I'm going to have a crap load of content coming this weekend. Halo lore video, I got one of those coming this weekend. Yes, I do. I'm going to talk about the PlayStation 4 and what Microsoft needs to do to really answer this, and where Sony is screwing themselves over. And we might possibly look at maybe some Black Ops, who knows. But we will have the Battlefield 3 DLC, Endgame, the last Battlefield 3 DLC, so be looking for that. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm Scout with 3 Guns Down. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like the video, and like the video if you like the video, of course. Always appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Just want to spread the word out there to all the gaming community. I love talking to nerds. It's my hobby. You know. Yeah. I sound like such an idiot right now. Anyway, that's it. I'm Scout with 3 Guns Down. Check out our Facebook page and our Twitter in the description below if you're interested. I'd like it to communicate with you guys and get your ideas and opinions on things as well. It's fun to just interact with the community. So, yeah. I'm Scout with 3 Guns Down. See you guys later.